I don't care if you're in prison and it's your last meal and you say, I don't want a last meal, I want to say nigger. No, you can just die.
Tough, man. Discussing the N-word has always been a touchy subject, but in recent years it's been used more in music and TV, resulting in debates about who can and who can't say it. So today we're going to try and find out. So who can say the N-word?
I don't think anyone should say it
And why not?
because it's a derogatory word, first and foremost, and always has meant a derogatory word.
Right.
So why do we take it and think that we can make it into something good? We can't.
The word is linked to so much badness that happened in this world.
Yeah.
It should not be used anymore. The word should not even exist.
Right.
We've taken the power from you now.
Yeah.
It's our word. We own it.
If a white person says words only have power if you don't have power, you don't have the power to decide whether we should let that affect us or not. You're not allowed, you're not in the conversation.
I'm saying because I'm thinking this is more a us problem than it is a them problem.
Right.
Because if you're comfortable looking at your brother man and calling him a nigger and him calling you a nigger, we've got to check ourselves first.
Fair
We can't go over there having a problem when it's a widely used term that we're clearly very comfortable with using it towards each other.
No, you make a good point. So would you be offended if a white person called you a nigger then?
Of course not. If he says whatever he calls me in a form of hate, I'm going to feel all his emotion, aren't I? He ain't got nothing to do with the word.
So for you-
It's used as a trigger word.
Yeah.
I don't buy into it. Listen, did we invent the colour game?
No.
Right. So I'm playing it.
You make a good point. You make a good point.
It don't make no sense. Yeah. And a lot of people just see it just for what it is. It's just a word that's used for some kind of vulgarity.
Yeah.
And we've turned it around through like we feel so much pain from it. So we just let's just flip it and call it an endearment.
Yeah.
What a stupid
Let
thing
me
to
ask
do.
you, so what about people who are like, grew up in certain areas where
I don't care where you grew up. I have my best friend of 20 years is white. She loves dancehall the same way I love dancehall. She loves jerk chicken the same way I love jerk chicken. We grew up literally together. She will not say nigger. She will never say that.
what about context?
What about?
Is it okay in certain contexts or
No,
anything?
I don't care if you're singing. Why is it coming out of your mouth? If I was a white, if I wasn't black, I would feel so uncomfortable saying that word. Why do you want to say that for? I don't understand. What makes you want to say it? You've got FOMO from saying a word that was used to put us down. You have no connection to it. Why do you want to say it? That's weird.
You made a good point because you mentioned music. So like, what about in music?
No context. I don't care if you're in prison and it's your last meal and you say, I don't want a last meal, I want to say nigger. No, you can just die.
Even my black friends would tell me, no, it's fine, you can say it. The word can't even leave my mouth. No one should be saying that word. That word should have been left where it was created. Do you know what I mean? There's no one should be saying that word, not even black people. No, not nobody should be saying that word.
So let me ask you this. What about like things like hip hop music and whatnot? Do you think that is kind of influencing people of all colours to say it?
Well, it's quite interesting. If you go to, let's say, you went to a 50 Cent concert, right? And he's got a multitude of people there from different races, right? And then in one of his songs, he's got that N-word, right? And then you look around the crowd and see who's saying it and who can't say it. Not don't want to say it, but can't say it, because the person standing next to them with this skin colour is going to say, I dare you, right? So it's never ever going to be about claiming power. And I think it's a form of ignorance to even think that we can claim that word and make it less powerful.
Do you want to have a conversation about it? Do you think us saying it between each other is kind of causing more problems?
I think that's a conversation for black people to have that white people don't even need to hear.
Well, me and you are black, tell me.
There's white people. I'm joking.
I can't get it. No, honestly, what do you think about it? Do you think it causes more problems?
What do you mean by more problems?
Because, like, for example, if you ask an elder black person, like someone like my grandmother, hates that word and would not even let another black person call her that because of what she may have gone through.
I respect what Auntie would say. If Auntie doesn't want to hear it around, then I'm not going to say it. She lived through a different time and that word was used in a way worse manner than it is now. So if the older generation are saying we don't want to hear it, we don't want to use it, that's fine. Me personally, I say that word. I say it to my people.
No, but do you think they have a point when they say that? Do you think they're right?
I think it's a case of reclaiming. So I'm queer. That word used to be used in a derogative term. Now it's used in a political term to let you know that I'm not just gay, I don't just yam front, but also politically speaking, I have a different stance to maybe a gay man. So we've reclaimed the word queer. I think that we can reclaim the word nigger.
I don't see it. What other race is taking that attitude towards derogatory words that have been used against them?
No other race.
Right, that's my point. Furthermore, as I get older and I look back, you young people say, right, it's acceptable and it's acceptable amongst your own, right? But let somebody outside of your race call you that, you're ready to fight them, right? So then how can it be about reclaiming power? There was never any power in the word.
Why do we focus, us as black people, focus so much on racism then?
Because it's an excuse to do nothing. Listen, I'm going to tell you something.
Go on.
White people need more help than black people
Tell me why.
because they were treated worse.
Yeah.
You know, look at all those people, yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go on those marches for Palestine,
Yeah.
yeah, right? I will ban every single one of them
Why?
because they don't ever want to do the real thing.
So you think people who support Palestine are more hypocrites?
Of course they are.
Yeah.
You don't want to, it's like the type of hypocritical people, yeah, right?
Yeah.
They go to places like, you know, something like Primark and all the rest of them. Like,
Yeah.
we know they've got slaves down there in their factories, but would you don't mind getting free for the price of one?
Yeah. Do you think it's black supremacy?
Black supremacy doesn't even make any sense. That can't make sense because in order to have supremacy and racism, everything, it requires a power dynamic. So black supremacy is like saying black fatigue. Black fatigue only exists because white people cannot understand the privilege that they have naturally in the society that they have. That's like a man talking about what do you call it? Male privilege doesn't exist. That doesn't make any sense. The society is built around you guys. Yes, men still have depression. Yes, men still suffer. Yes, men still unalive themselves due to the system that who built. It's like black supremacy that doesn't exist. I wish it did.
So when I was talking to this guy earlier, he was talking about like he said it's black supremacy, and let me land. He said it's black supremacy, and he said that we like to run racism into the ground almost because we're like bored and something like that. And he said that is us keeping racism alive. Do you have any thoughts or opinions on that?
Free Gaza, free Palestine, free Sudan, free Haiti, free all of them. And what do you mean we're keeping it alive? Statistically speaking, white people do not face the same oppressions that we have. For example, everyone wants to talk about migrants coming into the UK and being part of criminalization and being part of crime and this and that. 85% of white men are the men that are raping and grooming. It's not migrants, it's not black people, it's not minorities, it is white men, the men that are in this country. The same way how they decide to put the focus on trans people, put the focus on black people, put the focus on the minorities to keep our attention away from what's actually going on. It is because of race. It's always been because of race. People think that when we talk about, being pro-black and whatnot, it means being anti-white. The only reason why they think that is because being pro-white has always meant being anti-black. It's not the same thing. We just want peace. You lot don't know what peace is.
Yeah.
We could use anything over it. For us, let's use the colour of our skin. I ain't even black. I mean, how can you reduce yourself to a colour?
Yeah. So-
How can a white man reduce himself to a colour? It makes no damn sense.